welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix. It is Sunday. Usually I do this stuff on Saturday, but Saturday was a rest day for me. I actually rested longer than anticipated. And in addition to that, I rested longer this morning too. I totally slipped. It totally slipped my mind that daylight savings was happening this weekend. And I looked at my clock on my cell phone, and then I looked at the clock on the microwave, and then I noticed that there was an hour difference. And I'm like, please don't tell me that that happened this weekend. I thought it was next weekend. But so many other things are going on that it just, yeah. So I was a week off. I was expecting it next weekend, but I got it this weekend. So here I am Sunday, and it's a new month. I don't know where to start. There are a lot of things on my mind. First thing, I'm sure you remember my Blue Moon episode, so I'm wondering if any secrets came out since you last listened to this, whether it was your secrets or somebody else's secrets. So yeah, I'm curious about that. As for today, this weekend for Keeping It Real with KC, I am doing a movie recommendation episode. But this is the thing. I have no idea what movie I plan to recommend. Usually I have the movie picked out before I start recording. But I was looking through all of my movies, and I was considering doing a horror movie because obviously Halloween was yesterday. But then I was just like, oh, well, that's kind of cliche. I don't really want to do that. And then I was looking at another movie, and I was like, oh, I could recommend that one. I do really like that movie, but I remember bits and pieces of it. So I don't know if I want to recommend it because I want to make sure if I do talk about it, that I cover everything just right. So then I was like, you know what is the best option here? So I decided not to pick a movie until I start recording and then discuss once I start recording and then figure it out then. Because I'm looking here at the movies that I recommended in the past, which in the past I recommended His Girl Friday, Jakku, Harlem Nights, G.I. Jane, Serial Mom, Riddick, Dracula Untold, and Police Academy. And I was like, okay, what to recommend. What is something, like I said, I'm thinking this out on camera and on the podcast. So those who are listening, I'm literally thinking this out as I'm talking. What to recommend? A movie that, because I didn't watch the movie yesterday that I planned on watching. I didn't watch it because I told you I was going to try to watch it, but I ended up watching episodes of Vampire Diaries and Queer as Folk, which I've started watching the Queer as Folk series again. So I didn't get to the movie that I wanted to watch because I wanted to watch TV shows more. All right, so what movie can I recommend? A movie that I know you guys and gals would probably like. I'm while I'm talking out loud, I'm running through the Rolodex of my memory of movies that I've seen or that I watch. And I'm like, what's something? You know what? I've mentioned it, but I haven't recommended it. Okay. Well, no, I'm not going to do that one. Because I talked about details of stuff in one of my episodes before. I mentioned it because when I was talking about His Girlfriend, I was talking about Basic Instinct. But no, I've already sort of mentioned a lot of things about Basic Instinct before, so I'm not going to, even though I do recommend it, I'm not going to recommend it in this episode. So let me skip that one. Let's see. What else is good, but I haven't recommended it? I'm trying to think of something that people maybe probably haven't seen. Like something that's not that mainstream, I guess you could say. Something that's not mainstream. Ah, I know. Even though this kind of falls in, well, it isn't really a horror category. It's more of a comedy to me. Big Trouble in Little China. I haven't recommended that one. And let me write that down too. Because I told you, I'm literally doing this as I'm talking. So let me write this down. All right. So, Big Trouble in Little China. That is today's movie recommendation. If you have not seen Big Trouble in Little China, it is hilarious. It is it's about this guy and his coworker. His coworker is China. Well, not coworker, but friend. His friend is Chinese. They deal with each other. He's a truck driver, Jack Burton, and he gets wrapped up. Which Jack Burton is played by Kurt Russell, and also Kim Cattrall is in this movie too. That's another reason I respect her. She's played in very different movies. Like she played in Police Academy. She played in Sex and the City. She played in Big Trouble in Little China. She also, there was another movie Kim Cattrall was in that I was kind of shocked to see her in. And I was like, wow, she is a versatile actress. But anyways, so Jack Burton and his friend, they get wrapped up in this supernatural situation because his friend, the girl that his friend was dating, she was coming in from China. And and she was wanted by this, I guess you could say, demon lord or whatever, known as Lopan, because she had green eyes. Because Lopan, oh yeah, spoiler alert for those who are not into spoilers. I'm kind of telling what's going on here. But in order for him to come back to life, he needs the blood of a woman with green eyes. And green eyes for Chinese women is very rare, at least according to this movie. And so then the girlfriend gets kidnapped, and it's up to Jack Burton and his friend to save the girl. In the midst of all of this, the three bodyguards, Lopan's bodyguards, are protecting, obviously, the girl and doing other things too. So they have to deal with that. Then there's other things that get involved. And they have to infiltrate this building where Lopan is at. And with Lopan, there's two versions of him. There's the old liver-spotted man in the wheelchair, and then there's this tall guy who has this long beard, long hair, and it's the demon version, long fingernails, all types of stuff, but looks like two totally different people. And they have to save the girl from him. Also, Kim Cattrall is kidnapped too later in the movie, and they have to rescue her as well. In addition to that, there's this long battle that's been going on forever between Lopan's crew and this guy named Egg Shen, who runs a tour bus company in Little China. So that's happening as well behind the scenes. There's all of these other little things happening. Then you have Gracie Law, Gracie Law is Kim Cattrall's character. There was the reporter. I forgot the reporter's name. But then there's the reporter. There's other stuff. And it's Big Trouble in Little China is something else. If you want something to laugh at, if you want action, because there is action in the movie, It is an amazing, amazing, amazing movie. And I strongly recommend Big Trouble in Little China if you have not seen it. And I know that I gave a lot of spoilers, but I didn't tell every single thing that happened in Big Trouble in Little China. Because trust me, there's other things that happen in Big Trouble in Little China that you will see. The part where one of the bodyguards dies is hilarious, but you have to see it. Also, the part where they kill Lopan at the end, that is funny too. So it's semi horror if you want to call it horror. I wouldn't call it horror, but it's kind of campy as well, mixed with action and a little bit of drama, and then of course the love story behind the scene because the guy wants to rescue the girl, and it's Big Trouble in Little China has pretty much everything that you can think of for a movie. It has action, it has drama, it has romance, it has, if you want to call it horror, it has horror, it's suspense. It pretty much runs the table. It's a buffet of everything with Big Trouble in Little China. So, if you haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China, that is the movie I'm recommending this weekend. And as a matter of fact, I might watch it myself again sometime later this week. But yeah, that's my movie recommendation. I had to think that out for a second. And this week, my shoes arrived. So I think for my daily thought, I'll do the unboxing of my shoes and you'll see how plain they are. Because like I said, I don't really like a whole lot of ostentatious stuff where it's just like, ooh, it's out there. You know how people get labels and then it's written on the label, on their t-shirts, or on their shirts, or all this, all that. I don't like that. I'm more of let the clothing speak for itself type person. So that's just me. And honestly, the shoes look like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Converse. They really look like a pair of Converse is what they look like. So that's just my opinion. But I'll probably do an unboxing for my daily thought whenever they arrive. They should be here hopefully Monday or Tuesday. And I'm thinking, what else is going on? I have no idea what's being covered. Or actually, yeah, I do. Next weekend, I'm going to do a sports episode. I'm going to do a sports episode for Keeping It Real with KC next weekend. Now, what I will cover in sports, I have no idea. But it will be a sports episode next weekend. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah. This month is going to be a busy month for me. Because as I mentioned before, Mercury, which is still in retrograde right now, but Mercury is about to go direct. It goes direct on the 4th. And then the after effects will be felt for about 7 to 10 days or so. So now, some of the things that I have put on hold, I'm in the process of starting the ball rolling. Like, one thing I had to do, I had to get something from the bank yesterday because I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and have this stuff ready and done to go as soon as everything's on the up and up. So I had to go to the bank yesterday, get some things in order, get that done. I'm about to get some other things rolling, and all of this stuff is related to all of my shows, whether it's this show or my other show, and just getting things going. And you will see what I was talking about as I make announcements later on throughout the month. So keep your fingers crossed that everything will go as planned, but I know they say when people make plans, God laughs. So we'll see what happens, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So good luck to myself on what I have planned. And I think that's it. So I'm going to get going. I have to record an episode for my other channel and get that out the way so I can get these done because there's other things I have to work on too this weekend. And also I want a little bit of time to myself. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been supporting the show. It really, really means a lot to me. And that's all I have. KIRWKC.com. main podcasting platform, KIRWKC on Twitter, on Instagram, facebook.com/KIRWKC if you're watching this on YouTube or Dailymotion. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell on YouTube. That will let you know when I upload new episodes. For those who have been watching or who have been listening, regardless of what country you're in, it means the world to me. Until next time, be blessed.